Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Welcome back into Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. I'm meteorologist Maggye McCauley. Thanks for tuning in out here on your Wednesday morning. The time is 7:31, and we're still dealing with rain out the door for some of us this morning, not for everybody. Tracking some showers still sitting in the same places. If you were with us at 7, these are really sitting in places like Alcorn, Prentiss County, stretching all the way down into Lafayette County, Grenada County, and then all the way down into places in the Delta near Greenwood as well. So seeing kind of that line stretching in northwest Mississippi, those that are west of this line that is stretching again from Alcorn County all the way down into Grenada County, those sitting back off to the west, closer to the Mississippi River, already dealt with this morning. So some wet roadways if you're off closer to the Mississippi River. Even if you're not seeing ongoing rainfall. Those a little bit further east, though, from Lee County, Amory, Columbus, Macon, Webster County, haven't dealt with the rain this morning. Probably going to be good to go for your morning commute. However, showers are continuing to progress off that way. Now, no lightning, no thunderstorms with this morning, just some light to moderate rainfall at best. But as you can see, this looping over the past 4 hours, we saw this cross over the Mississippi River early this morning, impacting northwest Mississippi. And again, now we're seeing it continue to progress eastward, eventually going to be impacting the rest of the area, even if you haven't dealt with rainfall so far this morning, going into the next hour or so. So showers continuing to just kind of make their way across North Mississippi out there this morning. Let me show you a few cameras out there. We'll show you who's dealing with the rainfall and who's not. This is over in Panola County, again, in Batesville, not necessarily dealing with any ongoing rainfall, but definitely some wet roadways with rain that did fall earlier this morning. Temperatures in the 40s closer to the Mississippi River because they're dealing with this rainfall, because they're dealing with more thick cloud cover that moved in, kind of acting as a blanket, not allowing temperatures to fall as much as some of the rest of us that are further away from the Mississippi River. Take a look over in Pontotoc, temperatures in the upper 30s there. Seeing rain starting to move into their county as well. And you can tell on this camera, cloud cover is starting to make its way in. So definitely a lot of clouds to contend with, even if you aren't dealing with ongoing rainfall this morning. Now the clouds streaming in, however, made for a really nice sunrise out there. So if you got a picture of it, make sure to send it in to our Mississippi Live Weather. You can do that right there on our app, or you can also send it via email as well at info@msliveweather.com. We'd love to see you guys' sunrise pictures, and it was a good one out there this morning. Here's a look at temperatures right now. Again, in the 40s and 30s. If you're further away from that cloud cover, you were allowed, you did get temperatures to drop into the 30s. 32 in Columbus, 32 in Macon, 33 in Aliceville. So further off to the south and east, definitely got a little bit cooler than the rest of us this morning. 30 in Vernon, still hanging out in the 30s there. Further off, though, to the Mississippi River, temperatures in the 40s, even middle 40s from Cleveland down into Greenville, 42 in South Haven right now. So 40s and 30s, that's the story across the area this morning. Let's talk about your first 12 hours ahead. We're going to continue to see temperatures warm to near 40 if you're not already there by 8 o'clock. We'll be near 50 by 11, and then most of us topping off in those middle 50s today. So warmer than yesterday, and we're going to be dealing with a lot of clouds all day long. The good news is rain chances do taper off the further into the day that we get. So keeping about a 20% chance between now all the way till 9 a.m. and then we drop it down to a 10 going into noon and then a little bit into your afternoon. So looking at some dry hours ahead, even though we're dealing with some rain this morning, not necessarily dealing with it as we head into the back half of your day. Here's an overall view, a bigger view of what's going on Mississippi Live satellite and radar. Again, you can see that rain ushering its way through North Mississippi, rain extending all the way into portions of Louisiana and down into the Gulf Coast as well. So lots of clouds and rain for some portions of the southeast out there this morning. Let me put this into motion, show you what we're looking at. Hold on just a second here. That advanced a little bit too quickly. I want to put this into motion to show you what we're looking at going over into the next few days, because we're going to be dealing with rain going into our day tomorrow as well. So this is right now. Now let's put this into motion. Watch as we head into your Wednesday afternoon, not dealing again with as much rain out there. Some rain kind of surrounding the area, but for the most part here in North Mississippi, I think we're just going to be dealing with a lot of cloud cover for the back half of your day. Now, that's not the same story out there for Thursday. You could probably lose the rain gear later in the day today. You're going to need it all day long on your Thursday. We're going to be watching a cold front really crossing into the plains going into Thursday morning, pushing into our area into the back half of your Thursday. Could see a few isolated showers ahead of that. Main line doesn't come in until we head into your evening. So got any Thursday evening plans? If there's any parade plans, anything like that that's going to be outside, I would go ahead and make it for today or make it for Friday. Friday looks like a great day out there. Thursday, not so much with that front kicking in right around dinner time. I'm thinking 4 all the way through 8 o'clock, we're seeing that front come in. A few rumbles of thunder along it as well as that line kicks in. Not looking at anything severe right now by any means, but still could see a few rumbles of thunder from that as it ushers through. Going into the back half of the day, that'll go out of here. And by the time most of us are headed to bed on your Thursday night, I think even cloud cover is going to be ushered out of here overnight going into your Friday morning. Take a look at Friday. Clearing conditions are going to be the story to round out your work week. Sunshine back in the forecast all the way throughout your Friday. So that's why I said, you got any parade plans for Thursday? Just kick them a day ahead. Go into Friday, have them then looking like a really great day out there. Now, it is going to be a little bit cooler out there for Friday, but it's going to be dry. Coming up next, we'll talk about your overall temperature forecast, what you can expect over the next few days. We'll take it more hour by hour through that rain chance as well. But temperature is going to be a main story moving ahead along with those rain chances, because it's going to be colder on Friday, and then temperatures really look to return to mild conditions and stick around for that holiday, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Yeah, we'll talk about what you can expect going into the holidays coming up right after this.
Chris Murphy at Murphy Brothers in Booneville, standing here with the new Roxer all dressed out. This is the way Matt Lobhon said he'd like to have a weather chaser, storm chaser vehicle. Come check them out. Get yours right here at Murphy Brothers in Booneville today.
If you're a family of 4, 5,
or 6, 7,
Merry Christmas
from Mississippi Live Weather.
That was good.
I think that was the one.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, you guys didn't do it.
No, we didn't.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lopon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lobhon has proven himself trustworthy.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggye McCauley.
Hey, welcome back into the Room to Room Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Maggye McCauley. I want to show you overall what's going on outside right now before we get into your overall forecast. Here's a look at Mississippi Live radar. Still seeing rain stretching from places all the way up into the Tennessee line, from Tishomingo, Alcorn, Prentiss County, stretching all the way down to Lafayette County, to Grenada County, down into the Delta, into Greenwood as well. So kind of watching this overall band, I would call it, of showers pushing in. No lightning associated with this, so moderate rainfall at best for some of the pockets that are making their way in. Now, not everybody's gotten in on rain. Now, it is continuing to make its way through, so it's going to continue to push into northeast Mississippi going in your next hour or so, but not everybody's seen rain so far. Here's a look at rainfall totals. You can see who's seen the rain so far this morning. Again, there's that cutoff where those showers are right now from Prentiss County down to Grenada County, and those sitting off west closer to the Mississippi River, that's who's seen rain so far this morning. How much rain have we picked up? Well, let's see, not too much. Again, these aren't very heavy pockets, but maybe a 1/2 of an inch, I would say at best. I think most of us are probably closer to a quarter to a tenth of an inch. Again, these are radar estimates, so they usually overestimate by just a little bit. So I would say a quarter to a tenth of an inch at best, as those pockets have been making their way through the area. Here's a look again of where it is right now. Let me go ahead and put it into motion for you so you can see again where it's been. It was in northwest Mississippi, and you can just see it's just sliding over into the state. It's just continuing to progress further and further to the east. This is a really slow progression, but what you need to know is it's continuing to move off to the east. It's going to continue to slide in further into northeast Mississippi as we continue over your next few hours. So even though if you haven't dealt with it so far this morning, you'll probably deal with it over the next few hours or so. However, before you do, we're honestly looking at really nice conditions. Now, very different conditions depending on where you are across our area this morning. Northwest Mississippi dealing with a lot of clouds. Then the further east you go, you're dealing with some rain. Then if you go a little bit further east over in Macon, you're just seeing clouds continuing to stream in, even some sunshine out there this morning, and cooler temperatures near freezing out there. So very different stories depending on where you are across the board this morning. This is a live look over in Aberdeen. They're dealing with a little bit more cloud cover and temperatures over in the middle to upper 30s over in Aberdeen. You can see rain hasn't made it to them just yet. So again, depending on where you are, you're getting in on rain or you're getting in on maybe a little bit of sunshine this morning. Airport delays region-wide looking good to go. So that's some good news if you're taking anybody or you yourself are planning on getting on a flight this morning. I'm not tracking any moderate or major delays in all of our region-wide airports. Taking a look more nationally, still not tracking any major or moderate delays in all of those major airways across the lower 48. So that's some good news out there this morning. If you're hitting the airways, sitting here in North Mississippi, if you're hitting the roadways, we're going to continue to track out those rain chances, keeping about a 20% chance in by 10. Temperatures look to rise to those middle to upper 40s by 10, near 50 by 11. And we do drop rain chances off to about a 10% as we head 11 o'clock and then into your early afternoon. So rain chances do eventually taper off after your morning hours out there. So that's some good news. However, clouds do look to stick around. So not much sunshine in the forecast this afternoon as those clouds really look to settle in. High temperatures out there for your Wednesday, looking to be mainly in the 50s. 53 in Boonville, 56 New Albany, 57 Water Valley, 59 Bruce, a few 60s out there as well the further south that you go, 61 in Eupora, 60 in Louisville, 62 in Kosciuszko. But for the most part, we're going to be topping off out in the 50s today. Your parade planner ahead looking good to go this evening. I wouldn't rule out the potential of maybe an isolated shower or two this evening, but for the most part, we're dry going into the back half of your day. Temperatures in the 50s by 6, upper 40s by 7, all the way through your 8 o'clock hour. So not as cold as we've seen for a few of those parade evenings out there. Let's go hour by hour all the way throughout your Thursday because, yes, we are going to be tracking more rain. Again, over the next few hours, rain's going to continue to slide off to the east, so impacting further into northeast Mississippi as we head now all the way through noon. But as you can see, it really dissipates, so not as prevalent as it was this morning. Kind of becomes more isolated in nature as it continues to slide off to the east. Going into the back half of your day, that continues to move out. And like I said, we could see a few showers trying to creep in this evening, mainly surrounding the area. I think a good portion of the back half of your Wednesday mainly looks to be dry out there. So enjoy it because Thursday rains right back. And we're looking at isolated shower activity from Thursday morning for your morning commute. Now, very isolated. Again, not everybody getting in on rainfall on the front half of Thursday, but very isolated shower chances continue all throughout the day ahead, even through noon. And then as we head into your evening, that's when we start to watch this line push through. Now, this is going to be, I think, entering the state anywhere between 3 to 5 p.m. This line with that cold front is going to be pushing through as well, bringing that line in. A few rumbles of thunder, wouldn't be surprised as that line does make its way through. I'm not talking about anything severe, but still could see some thunder with that. That's going to be making its way all the way through your 9 and 10 o'clock hour, and mainly sitting out of here by the time most of us are going to bed out there on your Thursday. But that is an evening event, so rain does look to be across the area going into your Thursday evening. So if you have any parade plans, I would make them on Friday or today. I also, if you have any outdoor plans, I'd make sure to have some indoor accommodations and make sure to bring the rain gear out there for your Thursday evening. Again, 10 o'clock and on, things really look to clear out. Going into your Friday morning, take a look at this. We're going to be starting off your Friday, the end of your work week, with full sunshine out there, and that looks to be the story throughout your Friday as well. How much rainfall are we looking to see over your next few days, again, with those rain chances today and your Thursday? Well, not too much. I think a majority of us, about a quarter of an inch at best, is where we're going to end up. But some of us maybe could see a 3/4 of an inch if you're lucky enough. Most of us a quarter or less. Severe weather risk does remain off to our north still out there for your day tomorrow. I said with that line coming through, we could see a few rumbles of thunder. Everything here in North Mississippi looking to stay below severe limits, but there is a level 1 out of 5 for our friends just to the north. This is really clipping the Mississippi and Alabama state line. The majority of Tennessee and Kentucky in that level 1 out of 5. Again, that's the lowest of the 5 threat levels. They could see a few storms with some damaging winds further to the north. Here in North Mississippi, we're really just looking at some heavy rainfall and some rumbles of thunder. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 50s today. We're in the 60s tomorrow with those rain chances, so a little bit warmer out there. We drop down to the upper 40s on Friday, so a cold day out of the next 7 out there on your Friday throughout the day. If you like the cooler conditions, enjoy Friday because the story really flips going into the weekend. We hop right back into the 60s on your Saturday. We're middle 60s by Sunday, and you can see it just gets warmer and warmer from there. Rain chances do return on the back half of your weekend. Kind of see unsettled weather patterns sticking around for your next week. This is Christmas week. Temperatures look to be in the middle 60s on Monday, upper 60s on Tuesday. What can you expect for your Christmas holiday? Well, I hope you are not dreaming of a white Christmas across the majority of the United States. Going into those Christmas holiday days, we're looking at above average conditions coast to coast from San Francisco all the way over into the Carolinas, looking warmer than average across the United States, and that includes here in North Mississippi. Here's an early look. I emphasize early look at your holiday forecast because this most likely can and will change at least a little bit, but this is where it's trending. Christmas Eve looking to be a high in the upper 60s, Christmas Day near 70. So don't be packing the coats out here for your outfits on Christmas across North Mississippi. It is looking warm out there, mainly dry as of right now. But again, we're keeping an eye on this forecast. This is multiple days away, but I just want to give you an early look at it. It's most likely going to be warm, guys. It's most likely going to be a warm Christmas holiday out there. So again, I would not be dreaming of a white Christmas if you're sitting here in North Mississippi. You got to go pretty far to see anything like that. Make sure to tune in to us this evening. Matt and Gabe will have the latest on your holiday forecast and a look at these rain chances going into your day tomorrow as well at 5, 6, and 10. And I'll be waking up with you right back here bright and early at 6:30 on your Thursday.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.